Brad Johnson here from johnson.audio, and today I'm going to do some EQ ear training with you. That's right, we're going to go through, just listen to a song, and I'm going to kind of show you just a little bit about how to listen for EQ, and we're just going to have fun with it today. So I'm not going to make this a very long one. I just kind of want to get this thing going. So I have a track that is part of my EP, Skytree and the Greenery Scene in here, the Great Perspective Change, and I have a FabFilter Pro Q2 open here. You can use any EQ to do this, but I highly recommend doing this with full mixes and just importing them into your DAW and kind of sweeping around these frequencies as you'll see me do here, and listening to where instruments are more prominent or they fall back, and just listening to what parts of the instrument are in certain EQ ranges. And also listen to the height of the EQ. Think about where it feels in your body, where it's sitting, and just start to learn how your ears hear the music, because the most important gear is the ear. This is a good way to train your ears. So this is going to be your EQ ear training practice now. Okay, I have FabFilter Pro Q2 open up here. You can use any EQ that has a high pass and low pass filter, because I can do both high pass and low pass on the Pro Q2 on one instance. I'm going to use that. Otherwise, you could, if you don't have any third-party plugins, you go to Avid. You could use their EQ3 one band, and you get the same result, except for you can only choose either high pass or low pass with it. So there's that. All right. I'm just going to play a pass of the song so you kind of hear the song as is. We'll look at the frequency spectrum on here. I'm actually going to go ahead and do a sharper slope here. We'll do 36 dB per octave. All right, here we go. I shut my eyes and my mind goes blind from the turbulence, turning my insides, turning my insides. The buzzes and these beats resonate tones through my body, but before I'm figuring out what the track. All right, cool. So I'm going to start with the high pass filter. I'm just going to sweep it up, and I just want you to take notice of how it feels in your body. Just start to feel that energy start to leave your chest and your stomach and start to leave your head. And then when it's all the way up here, just how it kind of just floats above your head. It's kind of like in your forehead to the top of your head. So let's go ahead and do that. I shut my eyes and my mind goes blind from the turbulence, turning my insides, turning my insides. The buzzes and these beats resonate tones through my body, but before I'm figuring out what the track tell me. Hear how it's just tickling the top of your noggin. All right, we'll get rid of that. And now I'm going to go from the low pass and go down and just feel that reverse feeling. So you'll feel it start to leave the top of your head and then just start to sit in your stomach. So here we go. I shut my eyes and my mind goes blind from the turbulence, turning my insides, turning my insides. The buzzes and these beats resonate tones through my body, but before I'm figuring out what the track is. Now we're all the way down in the sub area. So you felt that as it just kind of starts to shrink when you're doing the low pass filtering, and it shrinks both ways. It's just that it's shrinking up when you use the high pass, it's shrinking down when you use the low pass. So now we're going to create just kind of a nice little sharp slope here. And I just want you to listen to the frequency ranges and just kind of listen to like how it feels in your body again. Start to listen to where the presence is in the mid-range and this low mid-range, the low, and then the high. So let's go ahead and just listen. This is the mid-range right here. Low mid-range. So here's like the presence. The brilliance. You can hear the kick. And Now you can hear actual bass notes in here with down here. So you can tell that when you go up to about this, I have it at 1K to 6K, you really have a lot of presence. A lot of stuff feels like it's sitting forward, almost like you're listening to it from a different room. But so when you're EQing things, this is going to be the area right here that you're going to want to focus on. If you want something to pop forward in the mix and cut through in the mix, this is the area right here. You will probably want to start trying to dip stuff before you start boosting stuff, because you start boosting stuff in this area, it can become too in your face. It might sound really unpleasant. As we move back down into the mid-range, you don't get so much transient detail as you do here. It feels like it sits back a little more, and that is pretty characteristic of that kind of mid-range. Obviously the low end, it does kind of get a little bit more transienty, but this is pretty blurry and muddy, but you do feel it a little bit. You can feel the transients a little more, especially in those low notes. You can pick out the notes. And then up here in the brilliance, it's really hard to decipher what it is you're actually listening to, but it's adding that air at the very top. And it's very important because, as we listened to before, without that air, insides, turning my insides. The buzzes and these beats resonate tones through my body. You just miss so much of that high-end detail and the stuff that just really dances on top of your head. So I just wanted to kind of show you that, just kind of give you an idea of what to look for when it comes to EQ. This is a really good EQ ear training for you. I would highly recommend you flying in your own tracks and just kind of listening to the songs and start really listening to where instruments are disappearing, where instruments are a little bit more prevalent. Like in this, you can really hear those bass notes in that low frequency area, and just start playing around and start boosting and cutting and just seeing how it feels in your body and just what it does to the music. And this is the best way to train your ears. Just get into your DAW and start playing with sounds and just seeing how it works. Leave me a comment down below if you have any questions. I'd love to hear from you. If you got anything from this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. To all my other subscribers, I appreciate your continued support. I am Brad Johnson at johnson.audio, where I help you sing your story, mix your mission, and master your message. I will see you on the next video. Take care. Bye.